anti-gay. Donald Trump, go away. Anti-gay. Donald Trump, go away. Racist, sexist, anti-gay. Donald Trump, go away. Racist, anti-gay. Donald Trump has got to go. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. We've got a lot to talk about. It's been an exciting week. I know you guys, my Warriors, are super excited. Actually, you're not my Warriors. You're the Lord's Warriors. So we got to talk about Donald J. Trump sweeping all 7 of the swing states and his first 100 days in office, amongst other things. But before we get into it, don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. Now let's get into it. It just keeps getting better and better and better because we see and we know that Donald Trump swept all 7 of the swing states. Now, it took Arizona a long time to come up with the numbers, but look at this. We have a final electoral college count. Donald Trump, 312, and Kamala Harris, 226. Now, we know that anyone who wins Pennsylvania typically wins the presidency. Donald Trump won Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada. And he even beat Kamala Harris when it comes to the popular vote. Because in 2016, Hillary Clinton got the popular vote, but Donald Trump still won. But he even, for those lefties that are going to say, well, they should get rid of the Electoral College because he didn't win the popular vote. They said that in 2016, but they can't say that this year. They cannot say that. Wow, it is amazing to me. And it took Maricopa County a long time. And what came up in this whole Arizona mess was Kari Lake. So a lot of people are saying that Arizona, that the Senate seat was stolen from Kari Lake. You guys give me your comments on it. It says that kind of crazy that Mitch McConnell's Senate Leadership Fund gave millions to Larry Hogan and a whopping $33 million to Mike Rogers' failed race in Michigan and $0 to Kari Lake, who is keeping it close in Arizona. Second cycle in a row of sabotaging GOP Senate candidates in Arizona. What do you guys think? Okay, and that previous clip was from James O'Keefe. And here we're going to look, well, that's from an older clip. But it looks like a lot of this is popping up about Kari Lake, that the election in Arizona was possibly stolen from her. It says Kari Lake now has more votes than Kamala Harris got in Arizona, and they're trying to tell us Lake lost. Hold these crooks accountable. Do not look away from the Arizona Senate election deliberately or unwittingly. Arizona has made themselves the standalone focal point and poster child for election fraud. The attempt to steal the Senate seat from Kari Lake is so blatant and obvious that there is causes to believe that they will not get away with it. Hashtags, views, likes, replies, and repost drive was trending. Patriot journalists, we are the media now. Help keep the Arizona and Nevada Senate races on the front page. Wow. And it says here, why do they know in Arizona the results of the presidential election by the end of November 5th, but dragging their feet for the results with the Senate race? Who's the corrupt person in charge of results in Arizona? Keep fighting for Kari Lake. Stop the corruption in Arizona elections. Wow. And look at the numbers here. I want you guys to look at the numbers. Ruben Gallego, who's the Democrat, he got 50.3% of the vote. Kari Lake, 47.7%. And just looking at this, now also it showed that Kari Lake got more votes than Kamala Harris did. And, Arizona went to Donald Trump. So people are questioning what exactly is going on. If you're looking at my screen right now, you see that Arizona went to Donald Trump along with all the other swing states. But why didn't, the GOP get Kari Lake in? So, there is something very strange about that. And along with the intense hatred towards Kari Lake, I definitely am inclined to believe, However, I have to say, allegedly, folks, allegedly. I always have to say allegedly on these things because, the evil powers that be, they ding you for things. And I also want to just go over Donald Trump's 100 days, his first 100 days in office. He's got a lot on his plate. Donald Trump has a whole lot that he wants to do. We already know he wants to seal the border and drill, baby, drill. But let's see what Carolyn Levitt, his national press secretary, said. And she told Fox News soon after Donald Trump was declared the winner that his day one agenda would consist of launching mass deportations of undocumented people, immigrants living in the country. He may do so by revoking temporary protected status that presently allows migrants to legally work in the United States or use local police for deportation programs, reported in PR, but these efforts will likely face many challenges. According to the American Immigration Council, this would cost $7.3 billion. Efforts to conduct mass deportation would also likely face many legal and logistical challenges. Trump has also pledged that he would order more fracking and use of oil on the first day of his presidency. Fracking emerged as a key issue in Pennsylvania, a state he narrowly carried, as Harris's former opposition to the practice became a sticking point to voters in areas where oil drilling is a key component of the local economy. And see, this is why Donald Trump was winning, because you remember that Kamala Harris was flip-flopping on fracking. Against fracking, then for fracking. And she realized, oh my gosh, I got to win Pennsylvania. Whoever carries Pennsylvania carries the election. They come away being the president-elect. And that is exactly what happened here. And also it says he wants to close the border and drill. Of course, we know that. Scalise, in his memo to his House colleagues, also wrote that a priority would be to unleash American energy by mandating lease sales, opening federal lands to increase energy exploration and production, and repealing environmental policies from Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. Wow. Republicans have sought to pass legislation preventing schools from discussing, all that ideology that they're pushing off onto the children. Donald Trump is not for it. He wants any school that's pushing improper ideology, and you know what I mean about switching bodies, being born in the wrong body and doing it to underage people, they will not get one red cent. Those schools, he's not having it. He is not having it. So we can see what Donald Trump's first 100 days will look like. And he also said he would try to bring Russia and Ukraine to the negotiating table on the first day of his presidency. Donald Trump, you got a lot. President Donald J. Trump, you have a lot on your plate, but he wants to get it done. They're dying, Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying, and I'll have that done. In 24 hours, Trump said in 2023 at a CNN town hall. While experts have been skeptical that the war will actually end within the first day of Trump's presidency, the president-elect will have broad authority to change the U.S. approach to Ukraine, which under the Biden administration has been defined by unwavering support for Kyiv as it defends itself against the Russian invasion launched in February 2022. And the war is about to reach its third anniversary, warriors. And Trump could take actions to reduce the amount of U.S. aid given to Ukraine. Remember all those billions of dollars, as he has been critical of the Biden administration handling of the conflict. And during the first 100 days of his administration, and this is in 2017, Trump focused on policies including efforts to defang the Affordable Care Act and other things. And he has named key cabinet positions. This man has been very, very busy. He announced one key White House position, saying he plans to name this campaign senior advisor Susie Wiles as his chief of staff. And he also said he is not going to invite Pompeo and Nikki Haley to join his administration. You know how that whole thing went down with that. So a lot for the president. He's going to get a lot done. He is very serious about deportations. Deportations are key, and drill, baby, drill. If you don't know anything about Donald Trump, which those of us who support him, we already know that he definitely supports us being first, the American citizens. I believe he's going to do everything in his power to keep his promises. He's not just saying that to get our votes. I actually believe he cares. Now check this out. Look at this map. Now, remember all the things that they put Donald Trump through and the lies and calling him a fascist and a dictator? It looks like Americans didn't go for it. I mean, look at how red this map is. And we already stated that he swept all swing states, every single one of them. And look at how red this map is. This is glorious to behold. Look at this. Americans totally rejected everything the left spewed out. They couldn't bring out enough celebrities. They couldn't bring out as much fear mongering as they did. None of it worked. No matter what they did, no matter what they said, no matter what endorsements they got, it didn't work. All right, so we're going to talk about these protests, warriors. These protests are all over New York. It says large protests are taking place in New York, protesting Donald Trump winning the election. Illegals are protesting having to be deported, saying families will be broken up. It's shame Trump's not in office yet. This would be a good place to round up a bunch of illegals. Look, and they are chanting. Listen to this.
Wow. Hey, racist, sexist, anti-gay, Donald Trump, go away. Anti-gay, Donald Trump, go away. Racist, sexist, anti-gay, Donald Trump, go away. Racist, anti-gay, Donald Trump has got to go.
Interesting.
Oh, someone is looking at this from the top of their apartment or
Our seasoned generation holds unparalleled power.
Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Racist, sexist, anti-gay, Donald Trump, go away. Whoa. Okay, so we see all these things going on with the protests in New York. And, Donald Trump got a lot of support in New York. I mean, he really, really did get a lot of support. But, not everybody, that's a blue area. That's a blue area. And everybody's saying that Donald Trump is all these evil things, the blue areas, but it's not really true. If you look at the policies, he's just America first. And no one's saying immigrants can't come into this country. They just got to come in the legal way. Would you let someone come into your home breaking through your window? Or would you know this person knowing that they're okay and they knock on the door and you invite them in? That is the proper way. Now, that is how things need to be done in this country. But the craziness, and you see my videos with the women that are going nuts after Donald Trump won this 4B movement. That's why I think this is a spiritual battle. I don't think this is political. It is in a way, but it's really spiritual. This is a battle between good and evil. The women that were shaving their heads, screaming and cussing and damaging property because Kamala Harris did not win the election. Now they're walking around bald for no good reason. There's some good reason sometimes that you have to shave your head. I get that. But these women did this because this woman lost. And now they're walking around saying, I don't want to be attracted to the patriarchy. Well, you're not going to have to worry about it with your personality. It has nothing to do with your hair so much as your mindset. That is crazy to go along and do this sort of thing, damaging property, shaving your heads, vowing no sex for men, not getting married, not having children. That is demonic. God created us for the opposite sex to get married with the purposes of procreation. I'm telling you, everything that the left does, it is always anti-God and antithetical to the very word of God. Well, you all, I thank you so much for joining me in this video. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.